I'm Jerry Lintner, and this is State of the Town, a monthly show when we sit with our first selectman, Mary Glassman, and get brought up to date on the state of the town. Mary.
Jerry, welcome to Town Hall.
How's the town doing?
The state of the town is good.
Okay, now
Very
wait a
good.
minute, though, because I walked in to the first selectman's office. She was not here just then, and on her desk, I saw a tiny little yellow dress or onesie, and in a box was this. So I wondered, especially as youthful as she is looking today, if she had news to share with us. And she did, but not what I expected. So these are here because...
I have a new niece, Ashlyn Messina, and this is, I knit this for her.
She knitted that.
Little fun fact that I like to knit. So thank you for sharing, Jerry, and this is on its way to St. Louis.
Wow.
So.
Well...
And my baby, Sam, who was my youngest, and he was born while I was in office, my first term, and he is graduating next week from college. So congratulations to
Wow,
Sam.
and what are his plans after that?
He has a job. Yay.
Wow. Well, then that was the other
So,
thing I
there
was
you
thinking.
go.
It was like, maybe this actually has something to do with Sam.
No grandchildren.
Not yet,
no,
not
but
yet.
we're
Okay.
very proud.
Well,
and
all of that joy lies ahead then, I guess.
Yes.
So, the other thing, seeing Lisa Hefner's bike sitting over there, which looks like a very serious bike. I have a question, and now it's been Bike Month.
Yes.
And wait, where were you today?
So my hair is pulled back because I got off my bike just a little while ago. Today was Bike to School Day at Tooten Hills, and we had a great turnout. Thanks to Susan Messino and Deb Thibodeau and the Bike Advisory Committee, Patty Jacobus and Larry Leonis. We had a great turnout.
So from where did you bike to Tooten
From
Hills?
Mountain Park and on West Mountain Road.
Yeah.
And through Town Forest and up the back road to Tooten Hill School.
Oh, so this is serious.
Yeah, it was a little chilly this morning. It was a beautiful morning. More than 200 kids participated.
Wow.
And I heard one little guy say, "This is so much fun. I wish every day was Bike to School Day." So we have a great attitude, and it's really just part of a wonderful initiative we have in town to make our community more health conscious. We really are looking at everything from physical health, biking and walking on our trails, to mental health. We just kicked off the Community for Care Committee.
Oh, wait, this helps with mental health, biking?
Everything
Oh,
helps.
I'm shopping today.
Everything helps. Just being out, and there's plenty of studies that say if you get out and you walk and you do something physical, you actually feel better emotionally. So we have chairs of Pastor Woody Edens from the Methodist Church and Lisa Hefner, Selectman Hefner, are working hard on kicking off the mental health initiative, which really will be launching by sending home a booklet to every household in town about what programs and services are available confidentially, privately. The town has programs to help pay for counseling, for anything from substance abuse to suicide prevention and awareness. And we're really proud that our community has really come together and really focusing on just helping each other be more healthy, in whatever way we can, and be more supportive. And that's probably one of the most important initiatives that we've launched. So
Well, here's something that it never even occurred to me to participate in. Jan and I will have been married 46 years in November.
Congratulations.
Our first Christmas, we gave one another bikes. We were living in Southern California then, and these were state-of-the-art, French-made Peugeot 10-speed touring bikes.
Great.
And we did a lot of biking. And then over the years, priorities changed. So they got progressively neglected. So this means these bikes are 46 years old. Well, at one point, in an interim, we were thinking, we were going to have them tuned up. So we took them to a bike shop, and at that point, Peugeots were being made in Japan. Mm-hmm. So French Peugeots were like a collector's item. And he said, I'll give you $750 for the both of them. I mean, this is a point when bikes didn't cost anything like that. So we got, no, come on, there are bikes and whatever. So then we got them fixed and put them in the garage and didn't ride them. So this last spring, we're thinking, well, no, we'd like to start the biking again, you know. But you look at these, they were in poor repair. They've been made in France again now, so they're not a collector's item. The seat always was kind of painful, you know.
Well, you can replace them. You can
I know
and,
that.
And Simsbury Free Bike, actually, for a donation, will tune up your bikes and take a look at them.
I didn't know
so
that.
you can make a donation to Simsbury Free Bike, and they'll take a look at your bike, tune it up, get it ready to go on the road. Or you can also borrow free bikes. The Simsbury
Well, I
Free
want to
Bike
come to that in a
program
minute.
is,
But what
doing
we
very
did,
well.
we put them in a tag sale, and we had 3 of them, actually, our daughters too, and it was a 15-speed. So now 10-speed is like nothing. It's archaic. It's not a mountain bike. You know,
Right.
these racing bikes, I don't know, they probably have 42 gears now. I don't know. So nobody was interested in even just taking them. So we took them to the dump, and the guy at the dump said, oh, if you put them over there, I
the
think
swap
it's the
shop.
policeman or somebody repairs them. And no, it wasn't the swap
Oh, we
shop.
donate it to the free bike program. So your
Okay.
bikes are probably back on the road.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that's so
fun.
cool, you
Well,
know.
thank
So
you
now
for
we're
your
going to shop
donation.
for something that, you know, has a more comfort to it
Yeah,
and maybe
well,
a little
that's
more
great.
off-road capability. But I need an education, because when I walked up to the town hall, there were 2 blue bikes sitting. Now, what is my option? Like if I decided, oh, I'll take the equipment back to the station on a bike or whatever and come back and get my car later. Do I just hop on one of those bikes? Maybe somebody else has it parked there and they're expecting it to be there when they come out.
So the way Simsbury Free Bike works, you can go into the locations and you have to sign a waiver form, and you have to sign up, and then you return the bike. You can get the bike for free, and then you return it to the same spot.
What if you park it?
So-
Like maybe somebody got it this morning at someplace else and they rode here and they parked it.
Well, so we keep bikes here for town staff to drive from building to building. So we're supporting.
But what if somebody
staff.
parked their borrowed bike someplace and they came out and it was gone?
Well, then they go back and get another bike, I guess.
Oh, you don't have to
We
pay
haven't.
for it?
No.
Oh.
There's no pay. There's no pay.
There's a $20.
We have to put a deposit down,
Oh,
but that's returned, just
Okay.
to make
If-
sure that
as long
when
as you
we
bring it
the
back.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Those
so
is-
we've
so it's
covered
free.
bikes. That's all.
And we have breaking news. We've been working with
Oh, breaking
a
news,
number
bike
of towns.
breaks.
Bike breaking news. We worked very closely with town of South Windsor last year, and they were named a bike-friendly community by the American League of Bicyclists. So this year we've been working with Farmington and West Hartford, and we're proud to say that we now have 2 additional towns that are bike-friendly communities. So the town of Farmington and the town of West Hartford have joined Simsbury and South Windsor, and so congratulations to those communities. You know, it's great that Simsbury led the way, but we also really get an added benefit by having other towns in the Farmington Valley and in the Capital Region be bike-friendly. We're becoming a mecca for folks to come and walk and spend their tourism dollars, and now there's a real synergy happening in our region, so congratulations.
I'm all pro that. However, reading recently letters in the Current, I can see both sides. One was a little dramatic about how he felt terribly unsafe on the road, but he almost had the attitude like, because I own the road, you know. Then somebody wrote in the next day is that they felt very unsafe driving near a bicycle, not that the bike would hurt them, but that the cyclist seemed to have no awareness that there was a car nearby,
Absolutely.
and that if they swerve in the way, boom, you know, and you've accidentally hit someone. And then this one be 3 feet from the bicyclist when you pass them. There are a lot of roads around here that don't allow that,
Exactly.
except to put you over the yellow line.
So we have a long way to go in terms of cyclist awareness, so cyclists being aware of the walkers and the drivers around them, and also awareness of motorists and how to navigate bikes. That's why I think Simsbury is such a great place to ride, because you don't have to go on the road. You can bike 8
Oh, yeah,
miles of
yeah,
trail and
yeah.
not be anywhere near a car. And so I think what's great about biking and getting outdoors is it really, you can do whatever level you're comfortable at. There are great flat areas to just ride at your leisure. There's other off-road trails that you can ride that are a little more
We
advanced.
seem to have a
So-
lot of clubs, though, that all wear those funny clothes that drive en masse after the work hours,
Yeah,
ride in
there's
groups.
growing. Valley Cycling is a group that gets together after work and ride serious rides.
Yeah, serious
Yes,
rides. And
serious
then
rides.
we were down in Guilford, though, and this one I did think, oh, come on. It irritated me as much as the families who go on the Greenway 6 abreast and are yakking so much they could give a damn if there's anybody else on that trail.
Awareness is an important
Okay, so
component.
anyhow, this guy, there's a bike path there on the road that's probably 4 feet wide. We have a lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I don't know what the guy was trying to prove. These were narrow, winding roads.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't pass because you couldn't see around the next bend. I don't know if he thought he was going to pedal the speed limit or something, but right smack
Yeah.
in the middle
We
of
have
the
more
lane.
work to do, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And then they're going to have to give classes for people like me, no bike rage, I guess. Well, if I go out and I start riding the bikes, then I'll be one of them. So,
There you go.
okay,
It'll
great.
be fun.
Okay, so Bike Month is winding to a close in a couple weeks.
It is. So May is Bike Month, and May is full of a very busy month for our town. We start with the referendum that we just had, and I want to report
Overwhelming.
a great success. So thank you to all of the boards. First of all, the Board of Finance, which really has the authority over the budgets, both the town and the Board of Ed budgets, and certainly the Board of Selectmen and the Board of Education for coming in. As we have in the past, I've been very proud of our staff in coming up with we've cut budgets, we've been very creative, and this year, with cooperative efforts with the Board of Ed, we actually went out to bid on our insurance coverage. You hear a lot about insurance costs increasing, and we consolidated all of our carriers with all of our different unions. So we used to offer a number of carriers, and working with the Board of Education over the last few years and negotiating with our staff, we have one carrier now for all employees. So we have saved more than $500,000 in taxpayer money.
Well, it also
by
helps too,
consolidating.
doesn't it, if you fire all the old people or they die and then you hire young people and the rates
We've been very creative in terms of administrative costs, and we also introduced, as part of our healthy initiative, we introduced a wellness program for our employees. So if you sign up, and we're coming to the first year, we're going to find out how much we've saved. But last year we offered for the first time a wellness component where if you met with a nurse and had benchmarks set, and you meet those benchmarks over the course of the year, so you exercise, you hold to your weight and other confidential factors, because every employee has a confidential meeting with the staff. Then if you meet those goals, you actually will see a reduction in your premium costs.
Okay.
So not only will that save the employee money, but also will save the town money, because we found that with prevention, we can reduce the overall cost of the town's healthcare costs. So we're really excited as we're coming up to the first year to see how much healthier our employees have gotten, first of all, and how much our employees have saved in their premium costs, and how that benefits the Simsbury taxpayers.
Okay.
So we're really excited about that program.
Combining the benefits of two programs, every new hire then, part of their contract, they must sign that they will bike to work every day.
No,
No.
this is a voluntary program.
Oh.
We had overwhelming, participation. The majority of our town hall employees signed up, but it's optional. So when people see their costs of their coworkers are being reduced, I think we'll have even more incentive to participate. But it's completely voluntary. We do support bike to work programs and other healthy initiatives, but it's really just to change the attitude of our town staff, our town workers, and our residents about how important it is to be active and to be healthy.
So if we want to go over those referendums quickly,
So the town budget, which has either decreased or stayed relatively flat over the last 6 years, had a modest increase this year, and that was approved overwhelmingly. We had 2,000 voters vote, which is smaller than we would like. We had about 7.7% voter turnout for a referendum. We do usually much better than that in
Yeah.
general elections. We are very proud of the fact that our community is very involved in voting, but for some reason, I don't know if it's because May is a busy month, or folks, because it's not, there's not a lot of publicity on it, we try to go over our budget workshops. We put all of our budget now is online for the first time. You can actually go online and see all of our budget line items. We remind folks at every Board of Selectmen meeting. We have signs out, but for some reason, May elections do not get much of a turnout. But we did get a great vote on the Board of Ed budget as well as the town budget, so that passed. And 2 referendum questions, or there were actually there were 2 capital project referendum questions. One was the final purchase of the Ethel Walker open space. That was overwhelmingly approved.
Now, let me ask a question about that. And the town has developmental rights. Does that mean the town can build anything on that at any point if they want to?
Well, so of the 2 capital projects, the first was Ethel Walker. That's the final phase. And the second was the Squadron Line security enhancements to separate the main office building. That came out of a security study that was done following the tragedy of Sandy Hook. So those 2 projects passed. On the Ethel Walker property, that is the second largest open space purchased by a municipality in the state. It's a huge program.
This is all of them combined, or
all
this
of them
last
combined.
one? All of them combined.
The total is about 453 acres.
Right.
And what I'm working on now with staff is a transition plan for acquisition of the property. So we're very grateful to our residents for supporting the acquisition. It's a unique parcel of land with aquifers and vernal pools and tremendous forests and paths.
Mountain lions.
I don't think we have any mountain lions, but
There are mountain lions in Connecticut, Mary. Please, don't be one of these officials who try to hide that. They're everywhere.
There are mountain lions in Connecticut. We've seen that. You're right. But I don't know if they're at the Ethel Walker Woods.
Well, the question I have, though, it was my understanding on the other 2 parcels that they would always be open space. So I was kind of surprised to read in the referendum that the town had developmental rights. And then I thought, well, to what degree? I mean, could you develop anything there on that 70 acres?
Well, so of the 453, there's a portion of it that is development rights only. So that's just the town acquired the rights to development, which means that Ethel Walker can't build anything on that property. But most of the land is held in open space fee acquisition, meaning the town actually owns the property outright. There are restrictions on most of that land because we did accept environmental protection grants.
Right.
And when you accept state grants, and we were very aggressive on going after grants and very successful in doing that, you can't build anything on that land.
Even
because
this
it is
last
forever. Portions of it, most of it is protected forever as open space and can't be built upon. When the town takes open space land and pays for it with town money, then there is no restriction. The only restriction is the voters. Should we ever want to, in future generations, the town has a need for a fire station or a school, then of course, where the land is not restricted, the town could come back and ask the residents who are here to support changing the designation. But that's only in areas where it's not restricted either by federal environmental
Okay, so the
funds
last
or
70
state.
acres is really restricted too.
Yes.
The bottom line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think it's important. Stay tuned. We'll be having a ribbon cutting. We'll be unveiling a transition plan. Now that the town owns the land, what do we call it? How do we mark the land? What's the maintenance plan? There's very important and wonderful programs for forest management. Do we want to thin some of the forests over time so that we follow best practices? So a lot of important issues for the town to talk about, and we take our stewardship of this wonderful piece of land very seriously, and we need a plan to talk about how we're going to manage it properly and responsibly. So we'll be having a lot of conversations about that.
Okay. Then the other 2, one was road repairs.
Yes, and so this is really interesting. So the highest number of votes that were cast in the referendum were cast for roads.
Well, see, that's
paving
why
management.
May's a good time, because we went through the winter so well with no potholes, and then, of course, the thaw comes.
Yes.
So if you put that on in May, boom.
There you go. So I think that's a credit to the job that our Public Works Department does. Tom Roy does a great job. We have put all of our roads on a paving management plan, which is done on a on a spreadsheet, and it's done on a computer, and we actually map out the condition of each road and have a list of priority roads that need repair every year. We've gotten to the point where we're so good about maintaining the roads every year. Some towns just wait until the road is deteriorated and then they repair it. And we've taken the approach that if we actively manage our roads, that it's cheaper for our taxpayers because it costs less to pave a road when it's kept in repair as opposed to reconstructing a road.
Okay,
so congratulations to the town for that wonderful turnout on the roads. It's great.
Was number 4 trees? No.
So there were the catch-all budget, so it was the town budget, the Board of Ed budget, the roads, the Ethel Walker land, the Squadron Line renovations, and the budgets, which include the Simsbury Farm special revenue funds and the water pollution control, the sewer funds.
Okay.
And folks who don't have a sewer in town don't pay that tax. It's only paid for by the users who actually use the sewer system. So it's a wonderful way to fund
Got
that.
it. Now that all remind me to talk about, I know what it was. Jan and I, at the invitation of Ferg Jansen the other night, joined a good number of other people to take TIPS training.
And
to take it to volunteer down at the Performing Arts Center.
So you're going to be a volunteer at the Performing Arts Center, and you're going to get to see all those great concerts for free.
Listen, at my age, to stand for 2 hours on your feet to serve people booze, the concert, I don't care if it's Willie Nelson, it is not worth it. I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart.
Thank you. And I know they're looking for more volunteers. So
it's
a great plug.
So they get a hold of Ferg Jansen, I guess. I don't know.
Or you can call Town Hall, 658-3230, and we'll connect you if you want to volunteer and help work at the concerts.
And so some of you younger ones, you get like privileged parking, and you get to hear the concerts free, and they've got some big names coming.
Great lineup. Willie Nelson, Leonard Skinner, the Tedeschi Truck Band, which is very popular. I think they've sold a lot of their seats already. So it sounds like a great performance. And of course, always the Hartford Symphony concerts.
Oh, yeah. But the symphony, you can bring your own.
Yes.
I don't know if that's going to change or if we'll supplement that. But anyhow, so I just thought that was really cool. A lot of people showed up. Not enough, I guess, to take the training. And then, of course, we don't know if we passed yet.
Well, good luck.
Thank you very much. I think some people were copying, and I think they were copying wrong. And I wondered if they were doing it intentionally.
We'll see.
Okay, so then let's see. Other volunteer activities. Did we say already the privilege we have on our camera person here? Did we talk?
Did not.
Well, let's do that.
Want to make that announcement. Absolutely.
Go. Oh, well, we feel very privileged because our longtime camera person, Althea Greeny, has now become the president of Simsbury Community Television, SCTV. So, I don't know, she may find that we are unworthy of her time in the future. So everybody call in to the station, that's 658-1720, and say, we want the president. We want the president.
And congratulations, Althea. And
congratulations.
SCTV does a great job. We thank you for bringing information about the town to our viewers, and anyone who wants to volunteer, it's another great opportunity.
Well, let's talk a little about economic development. People ask me, where is the big why? Where is the big why? And I said, well, it's all clear. And they say, why? Why is the why not started? Why is the why not started?
Well, the first good news is that because of the budgets that passed, the mill rate will actually decrease. So we are cutting taxes in next year. So when you see your tax bill, it'll be lower than it was the year before. So the reason that we've done that, aside from responsible budgets, is the growth in the grand list. All of our last efforts over the last 6 years to promote economic development in the center through planning, through supporting our businesses has really paid off in a growth in our grand list for the first time in the last several years. So we're really excited about that. We have a number of things that are happening. One of the things that we completed was working with the Big Y in navigating a very complicated legal transaction. If you remember, there was some holdup because the Big Y had a share an access
come on, Mary.
road.
Let's get
The town
frank.
approved
You backed
it.
up
We
the
did,
you backed
we did
the
it.
International Skating Arena right up to the wall and said, "You know what? You don't agree? We'll just take
We'll
the
just
right
take
away."
it. So it was great. So we exercised our interest in doing eminent domain if we needed to, and we didn't have to. The parties agreed, and all the plans are in place, and we're anxious to see the Big Y begin construction. Can't wait for that ribbon cutting.
And then the other thing I was puzzled about, because we've had for a while a Pride gas station on the southern end of town, and then all of a sudden that's all torn up. But then the gas station that had closed, that's basically across from the skating rink, now it's all torn up, and you see a lot of Pride cars there. We're going to have two Pride gas stations?
We're having a new gas station, which is great because the North End, it was a great location. We're also, the MS housing will start, specialty housing for multiple sclerosis patients, and we're really excited about that, and that will join the emergency care center already up in the North End. So lots of great things happening and lots of
So we should
streamlining.
maybe just conclude that Simsbury's really full of gas.
There you go. We're ready to go. Let's step on
Mary,
the pedal.
Thank you very
Jerry.
much.
Thanks for coming.
And thank all of you, and we'll see you again next month on State of the Town. You too, Althea.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.